Welcome back, guys, to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutors Gambit, where last episode, continuing an investigation of the big building plaza by talking to the many characters gathered, including bringing Detective Gumshoe back to our side, we concluded that Sean Fenn had been grabbed from the garbage store area and taken to somewhere near the local dump, as Kay set off to steal him back. Edgeworth, meanwhile, headed to the courtroom to try to delay things, further bringing up another link between Localised and Excelcius before Eustace showed up with new evidence. However, with Sean's undetermined safety paralyzing Gavèlle, we now receive a timely phone call. That sound? That's her cell phone. Mine is also ringing. Whoa, I'm getting a call too. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Fender! We found Sean! We found Sean! Detective, you did it! The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, your great thiefness. Hey, thanks! We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon! And Judge Gavèlle, it's for you. Hello? Yes. Yes, I understand. I'm so glad you're safe. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You'll do that for me, won't you? Alright. Be careful. I'll see you back at home. Battle mode engaged. The proceedings will continue. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm. No, how? Is this some idiotic joke? It is no such thing. The witness will return to the stand. And Mr. Winner will step up to the prosecutor's bench. Yes, ma'am! Eustace Winner. Yes? I leave matters in your hands. Huh? Facing down your own father. This won't be easy. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. From someone who knows. It's a rite of passage here. Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed? Mr. Winner, you mentioned some evidence that you wish to present to the court. Yes, so, the knife and the chisel. Whoa, you tracked down the missing murder majigs. Well, Mr. Winner, did you? About that, no, I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere, but I was too late. Too late? How so? I remembered something. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. Where are you going, Dad? Oh, Eustace, I was, just on my way to throw out some trash. And then I heard this tinkling sound. Tinkling, huh? Let me guess. The bell from Mr. Canis's chisel. You mean to tell the court you believe the witness disposed of the evidence? I tried my best, but I was too late. Sorry. You said you looked everywhere. Everywhere where? Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump. I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be in there somewhere. Wait, that's Eustace. Huh, hey, what are you doing here? Rude, he totally ignored me. So that's what he was doing. And he even went so far as to search the dump. But all I found was this. And this is A little pungent for one thing.
Yeah, and you're a little on the ripe side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here.
What do you expect?
And the knife.
It's probably somewhere in among all that trash. But there was too much to go through on my own. Very well. The court will accept the item you have presented into evidence.
Oh, you really have outdone yourself, Eustace. You never fail to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotting garbage with your bare hands, and that's all you have to show for it? Ah! Ah, you drive me to tears. Really, you do.
Objection!
Might be a little soon to turn on the waterworks just yet, Dad. Let's take a closer look first. If you wish to waste your time, be my guest. Hey, Eustace, Miles, do this devastatingly handsome old defense attorney a favor, will you? Hit this guy full in the face with the truth.
It seems Fender's on board. Good. Then let's see if we can't find an opening. Mr. Winner, could you show me the piece of evidence you found?
Sure! What do we got here? Paper with writing on it? And dirt too?
Let's open it up, shall we? We can only hope there's something of value inside.
Something very much of value.
Could this be the bell that was on Mr. Canis's chisel? Perhaps there's some trace evidence that can prove that one way or the other. It's no good! Look at it! It's spotless! Well, Mr. Winner.
Do tell, was there anything interesting inside your little scrap of paper? Of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Why was it even accepted into evidence?
Well, technically it's part of the evidence.
It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts.
Well, Eustace's efforts for nothing. It's true the bell may not be of much use to us as evidence. Nonetheless... Come on, Edgeworth! We can't give up yet!
As calm and collected as ever, I see, Miles. Unlike my poor idiot son there.
Are we to assume that the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well.
Objection!
Not so fast, Gavèlle! We're not done yet! There's one thing we still haven't looked at properly!
Really, my boy? You want us to believe there's more? Desperation is never a good look, you know.
It seems Eustace isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. We can't know for sure without looking more closely, but... if I'm right, we're talking about... well, the knife isn't there, the bell is dismissed, so it's the newspaper. I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in! It seems we really were thinking the same thing.
Ah, it's beautiful, really it is. Tear-jerkingly so. Some might call it heroic optimism. Some might call it clutching at straws. But whatever one calls it, to put all one's faith in a worthless piece of garbage, that takes belief.
Let's take a closer look and see if it's as worthless as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you'd be so kind. Well, it's not this. Mr. Canis's bell. As we've established, it doesn't have a whole lot to tell us. But never mind the bell. Look at the paper it's wrapped in. Very well.
Doesn't match anything we've seen before, I'm sure. I need to zoom out a little bit, to be honest with you. There we go.
A nice little handprint, some dirt to go with it, and a lot of lettering too. Are these finger marks? And look, it's covered in some sort of oil! And Judge Gavèlle, I'd like to have this examined for fingerprints. Could I request that you call on somebody from forensics? Very well. Summon a technician right away. Fingerprints aren't what we're looking for. I have the results, Your Honor. It's been confirmed that these are finger marks. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves. No! Oh, that's perfect.
Oh dear. Well, that doesn't give you very much in the way of evidence, doesn't it? But I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence. And what kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on? Oh, that's right. The kind that would flail about desperately like you, my boy.
Wow. Way to talk to your kids, Super Dad.
I'm merely calling a spade, or in this case an idiot. Real winners know to keep their emotions out of things. And take no pity on the weak and the foolish, including their own ineffective offspring.
Dad!
You spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be prize-winning prosecutor. But thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me. Thanks to the power I willed. You've never stood on your own 2 feet. You've always been coddled. First by me, then by Verity.
Dad!
Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears.
Garbage-smelling?
Not that it's a stench that doesn't suit you. Even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust.
Objection!
No, you're wrong.
I am, my boy. Wrong about what?
I'm not the one that smells. You are.
What did you say?
Yes, you smell. You don't even realize it. You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to. Edgeworth, take a sniff. Right there where the finger marks are. You want me to smell it? Is that oil? Yep, and I know where it came from. Wait, I know it from somewhere too. Smells of engine oil in here. I guess Winner Senior must be something of a motorhead. That odor tells us something. Something important. It tells us exactly who threw this piece of evidence away. But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. And I'll never be able to stand up to him, no matter what he's done. Eustace. Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father. A different kind of prosecutor. And you are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. A prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth, to see that it comes to light no matter what. We expose crimes and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they may be. So if you truly mean to continue on as a prosecutor, you know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'd help you. This isn't something you should have to do alone. I'm here. I'm right beside you. Thanks, Edgeworth. You're right. Those finger marks tie my dad to this crime. We just need to show everybody how. What about these with the, not only just the death, but the weird mark on the A missing? The imprint that's gone? I think you'll find it's these.
Take that!
The smell you pointed out to me, Eustace, it's the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even. Yup, have we both smelled it before in the same place? Yes, in Chairman Winner's garage. What's more, these finger marks feature some distinctive patterns, don't they? The outlines of the letters, D, E, A, T, and H. The same letters that appear on the fingers of these gloves.
Objection!
Ho, gloves that can be bought in any store. How does that prove anything, dear boy?
Objection!
How indeed. That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of newspaper we found. Let's look again at the scrap of paper the bell was wrapped in. And compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winner's garage. There's a feature that undeniably connects the two. The A.
Take that!
Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing, exactly as it is in the print on the newspaper.
What?
I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt the gloves are covered in. I think it might be worth having its composition compared to that of the dirt on the newspaper. A match would make for it even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winner's gloves. Officer, have the dirt on these two pieces of evidence compared right away.
Curse you, Edgeworth, and you, Eustace. Who do you think you are? You're nothing but mere prosecutors.
Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admitted defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in a court of law. And you did it to try and protect the defendant.
What? Do you think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think they'll send me to prison? Me? You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child. A fool!
Objection!
Just give it up, Dad. Admit what you did.
Objection!
You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes!
You know what? I think I might be okay. All I ever wanted was to become a prosecutor, to make you proud. But after your men kidnapped me, and I was lying there in the dark all on my own, I got to thinking how powerless I was in all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then... Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me a way forward. I don't need your approval anymore, and I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I?
My men kidnapped you? What are you talking about?
Objection!
I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad.
Be careful what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be.
I know you've hated me for as long as I can remember, but I want you to know that despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad. Thanks for everything, Excelcius. And goodbye.
You! When did you? You need me, dang it! You can't possibly survive without me! Eustace!
Has his wig gone up again? The court hereby accepts that vital evidence in this case was suppressed by Chairman Winner. That crime will be tried and an appropriate punishment decided at a future date. But for now, we must turn to the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still have not been found. However, I believe a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that. What? You're going to dig through all that trash for the knife, darling? But then...
Don't worry, Warden Lagarde. I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant.
Oh, you devil! Punished? Moi? Impossible! Excelcius, you blithering buffoon! What did you do? What did you do? All your swaggering bluster about how they'd never declare me guilty, and now... this? You were the one I went to after they arrested me, because you made me believe I could trust you! And not only did you kidnap a child to try and help me, it didn't even work! Idiot! You feckless, useless idiot of a man! An unsightly outburst, to say the least. But an informative one, too, wouldn't you agree, Eustace? Yes, she really let some juicy info slip there. Right? She did, right? Yes, she did. We really need to work on your confidence. We really do. Very well. Then it seems we may be able to bring these proceedings to an end at last.
Knuckle back!
What indeed? Huh?
Who's that?
Sorry, Judge Gavèlle. Your happy ending will have to wait. Langzi says, the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter.
Who are you?
Just a lowly lone wolf investigator by the name of Shilong Lang.
And you have some sort of objection to these proceedings, I take it?
Ha! Not really. Your suspect over there is guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know.
Lang, Like the Lang from 12 years ago.
Yeah. Good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you. Agent Lang, explain yourself. Are you familiar with the SS5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back.
Wait, 12 years?
Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. I wonder what happened 12 years ago.
Could this all be connected to Agent Lang's father and his relationship with the president somehow?
Fifi Lagarde and Excelcius winner. In the flesh. I waited a long time for this day. After all, you're the ones who threw my family's name into the dirt.
Ah! Are we to assume that you have some personal connection to the incident in question?
I do, but I'm not here to talk about the past. Not yet, anyhow. Right now, I'm here for you, Gavèlle.
Me?
You and the one other person.
Sean!
You're both under arrest. On suspicion of having conspired to murder Dijon Wang, president of Zhengfa.
Objection!
Where's your evidence, Agent Lang?
Knuckle back!
All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look everything over again. What have you uncovered, Agent Lang? I need to know. If you've got a problem, you're more than welcome to tag along. Oh, believe me, I will. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the president's murder, or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Or figuring out who that was on the phone. Yes, I'd say the matter is far from over yet. You may to be continued me, but we're going straight on. Back to the empty lot where filming was taking place. Could you maybe come down a little?
Calm down. No way, Jose. Not until you all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it. Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up, even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew.
Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people, or I have to ask you to.
You cops sure got a lot of nerve. You all are the ones who let Torosaurus run wild. Hoping to hide the fact that they bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story. Look, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. Says the gal who told me she done seen Gordy with her own danged eyes. I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here.
Alright, break it up.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
And Sean.
You all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh?
No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Langzi says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really. Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. He hadn't been seen since the night before last. Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. So he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Gavèlle, on the roof of the big building. Why did the two of you arrange to meet?
I'm sorry, but I can't say.
Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder.
Why can't you just tell us? Please, Judge Gavèlle, we're trying to help you.
She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm going to prove it.
Objection!
You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time that passed between Judge Gavèlle's meeting with the president and then?
Knuckle back!
That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down, Sean Fenn? Me? We know you were here on the set last night.
You were, Sean.
We have testimony from the woman over there and forensic evidence from the footprints that proves it.
You came back to run your lines, right?
What?
You were spying on me. I'm sorry, I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need you to worry about me.
Sean, that's no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant.
Sorry.
I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way.
Wow, this is a whole new Judge Gavèlle. It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law.
Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must... And I want you to remember that, all right?
Knuckle back!
Can we get on with the investigation now?
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Gavèlle, the mother, will take a little getting used to. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang? I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to find out. I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. All right. Sean, perhaps you could tell us what happened last night. Fine by me. I've got nothing to hide. In testimony format, eh? About last night. I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. So I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened. Except you left during it.
You've been rehearsing late at night again. But when I called you yesterday evening, Sean, you said you were at the hotel.
You called him? Around what time?
It must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night.
Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set.
So you lied to me.
Sorry.
Oh, now she's mad.
I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though. Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. A child alone late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right?
He did, although I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth. Alright, so our testimony gets underway, and I think we know what we're going at. Like, nothing happened out of the ordinary, but you definitely left at one point in time and let the film run out. So we're going to dig into that, question that even further. But I think that is it for another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutors Gambit, as it's always nice to start fresh from a line of inquiry, with a courtroom tussle now dealt with, well, I guess Lagarde and Excelcius guilty. There is still some interesting evidence that,
links things to other things. Cases overlapping completely. I guess we'll be getting into this with Shilong Lang next time. What will Sean Fenn reveal? We'll find out then. And until then, I say, bye-bye.